I remember um when I first found out about what had happened to Daniel. I was sitting on the sofa with my girlfriend, and I was just scrolling through Instagram, and I saw the post from chess.com that said um he's passed away. And for a second I was like, I kind of had to read it again because I didn't know what to think, and I didn't know, in a way you just kind of have to reread it to kind of reprocess the thing you've just read, because you don't understand it, because it's that much of a, like a, what is going on. But yeah, it's I think it's been a rough time for the entire chess community, because obviously Daniel was such a well-loved commentator, well-loved character, well-loved coach, YouTuber. You know, say whatever you want to say about him. He gave everything to chess, really. And it's, yeah, it's just really sad. It's really sad that he's gone, and now the world will will never again get to see the things that he can offer it, basically. Um yeah, so a lot has happened, and I wanted to make a video kind of just talking about it, because the main, I mean, if you go through my channel, all you're going to see is kind of my big videos where it's like, oh, I talk about this kind of like niche thing that happened, and I script it and I source it, and I you know, pay an editor and the whole shebang. But it kind of feels a bit more genuine to just sit down and talk about something, because I also just want to do more of it anyway. So yeah, Daniel's gone, and it's kind of still insane to say, and I think it will feel insane for a lot of people for a long time. Obviously, you have everything that everybody's saying. So you've got the statement from FIDE, which I'll put up on screen if none of you have seen it. You've got notably Nemo, who has said a thing or two, and rightly so, about kind of the lack of action from FIDE as a chess organization. And then you have the insane stuff from the CEO of FIDE, who's basically going on and saying, where was everybody when clearly everybody was there for him, and the reason he was struggling was because of Vladimir Kramnik? That there's kind of not really a debate around that. It's just the fact that people feel like they could have done more, I suppose, but people weren't not there, if that makes sense. And for the CEO of FIDE to come out and say that is almost in a way deplorable. um because as Nemo said again, in a tweet, I'll put it up on screen. She said to him, "Well, where were you?" And it's just a bit like, how can you say that? How can you sit there as the CEO of FIDE and just, in a way, literally do nothing? Like, just do nothing. Like, the pain that Vladimir Kramnik has caused to not only Daniel, but also to David Navarra, to Hikaru, even with that whole fandango, and just just so many people that he's like affected and pissed off and irritated and made angry just through the stuff that he's saying. And I think this is one of those instances where somebody, like, it sounds a bit extreme. Somebody needs to be removed off of the internet. That's just how it needs to be. Kramnik is one of those people. I don't think that there can be a debate around that, because causing that much hurt, and then the day, or like the day after he dies, more or less saying, oh, I expected this, and or I was the only person doing anything, and then going on like Russian media interviews and saying, "Oh, it wasn't me. I didn't make any accusations," but then contradicting himself to the statement he made a couple days before, where he was like, "Oh, I had some suspicions about Daniel." It's like, the fact that he even has a platform anymore is deplorable. He needs to be stripped of his titles. He needs to be, I was about to say, made an example of, but there's not really a better way to say it. Like, yeah, it's just a crying shame that, we have an organization like this that doesn't do enough to prevent things like this. Um, what else can we say? I mean, we should focus on why Daniel was special and not the bad things that have happened. Because I suppose if we focus on the bad, then we highlight the bad, right? And we don't want to do that. So I for one really loved Daniel's impressions. I always thought that they were they were hilariously entertaining. I thought they were always on point, especially his Yasasero one where he's like against Geller in 1972. Like that was some of the funniest shit I've ever seen.
This game actually reminds me of a story. And the story takes place in Tilburg, 1975.
And every time I saw him commentate, you're just sitting there waiting for him to just say something like that again. And that's never gonna come back. Yeah, he's just so irreplaceable. But what can we do? Do you know what I mean? What is anybody supposed to do in a situation like this? I think so many people feel like they've lost a friend, they've lost a mentor, a coach, just somebody to entertain them. Like everybody feels the loss in their own special, unique, and important way, and it's rare that I think as well that somebody can receive this much love. And just on that, I remember seeing the comment that Daniel actually liked on his last speedrun video, where somebody said like, "Oh, there's so much love for you in the world," and that was probably one of the last comments that he saw from his community, and it's great that that was perhaps or maybe even one of the last things that he saw, because he only ever deserved love and appreciation for everything he done, right? I don't think anybody can disagree with that. And yeah, I think he needs to be remembered. And I suppose FIDE are somewhat rightly doing something right with announcing that they're going to make a tournament or a prize or something for him, which he obviously needs to be remembered in that kind of way, which is good. But in my opinion, it's just, do you know what I mean? It's not enough. It's not enough. Not right now, anyway. But who knows what's to come next? Kramnik is still ranting on Twitter and still getting away with the things that he's gotten away with for so long. And God knows why. But yeah, I just wanted to make a different kind of video. So love you all and goodbye. And RIP Daniel Naroditsky.